So understand you're the only one I need. So have no fear that I want you to leave. Baby, trust me, please. Just one of them days that a girl goes through when I'm angry inside. I don't wanna take it out on you. Hey, if you know that song by Monica, Don't Take It Personal, then we can be friends. But what's up, everybody? It's the poet, the artist, the creator, and energy curator, Drika. Right, so we're live in the 501, and you know what's up. You already know that these stories are for entertainment purposes only. Whether or not they're true or false, I will not confirm nor deny. So choose what you want to believe. Boom. So just to get into it really quick, I'm gonna dip in about here today, but there's a book called The Four Agreements, and it's literally just a book that gives you these principles to live by that can help make, life easier for you. And one of my favorite agreements of them all, and I feel like it's really helped me in life, it is when he talked about, the principle, don't take it personal. And basically, what that means is basically a lot of times the things that people do to you has nothing to do with you. And I know I talk about this a lot, but how somebody treats you, whether it be good or bad, it's not a reflection of your worth, and it's not a reflection of who you are. Sometimes it's literally just a manifestation of how people feel about themselves. All right? So as you go out through this life, when you're in different situations, and a lot of times it's so easy to feel like something is a personal attack. But if you allow yourself to detach from that idea that is personal, it actually makes life easier. Like being in relationships where you have a partner who treats you well. Let's go that route. You were somebody who treats you well, dude, just loves you. That is a reflection of them. It ain't got nothing to do with you. Just like if you're with somebody who treats you poorly for what appears to be no reason. Well, nobody should be treated poorly, period. But if you're with somebody who's toxic, unhealthy, abusive, that's literally a reflection of how they feel about themselves. And it don't got nothing to do with you or your self-worth. And that's why you can't go through life taking things personally and making how others treat you, like letting whatever they do to you diminish your value, and for you to believe like, wow, this person treats me like this, so that must mean I'm not of value. That's false. Okay? And I say that because I feel like I had that experience. When I was growing up, I didn't really have a relationship with my dad. I was like an outside child. He was married. I came along, surprised, looking beautiful, hailing from the almighty streets of the Southwest ghetto. But anyway, I didn't really have a relationship with my dad, but I always seen him, and I've witnessed him interact with his other kids, and I'll say kid, because I didn't really find my sisters till 12th grade. I always ended up going to the same school as my brother. So I saw him pick him up and do activities with him. I remember climbing Pinnacle Mountain on a random day at a random time in the morning, and like he's coming down while me and my friends were going up. And I'm like, dang, you know what? Why he never hung out with me, never took me out to do anything. And literally growing up, I felt like I always tried to be an overachiever and do the right thing because I thought it would make him see me as valuable. So when that didn't happen, it made me feel inadequate. So I literally, because of how he treated me, I accepted his treatment of me as if it was saying that I was not valuable, that I was inadequate and unworthy. I took on those feelings because of how he treated me. But how he treated me had absolutely not one fucking thing to do with me. So I had no business adopting those kind of emotions and feelings about myself. I did not have to try to overachieve and bend over backwards to make somebody find me valuable, because I am worthy on purpose and for no reason at all. So everything he did, it had everything to do with him and not me. So in this book, when it talks about don't take it personal, think about situations like that where people have made you feel like you were inadequate or unworthy. You have to understand that don't got nothing to do with you. Not thing. All right? And even moving on into adult relationships, I was in a relationship where just some of the things that were done to me, it made me go inside myself and be like, wow, you know what? If somebody loved you and valued you, they wouldn't do those kind of things. So the fact that these horrible things were being done, it made me feel like I was not valuable, you know? But everything he did to me, again, was not a reflection of my value or worthiness. It had everything to do with the fact that he felt poor about himself and he projected those feelings over here, you know? And something that I always like to talk about too is accountability. So I know I'm speaking of other people diminishing our self-worth too, but we also need to be self-aware when it comes to our relationships and how we engage with other people. Like, do you make people feel like they're worthy, or do you make people feel like they're nothing? And if you do, why? Are you what inside you is causing you to project those things onto other people? All right. And I think about the relationship I was in, like some things that I would do that weren't cool. It was a projection of how I felt about myself. Didn't have nothing to do with him. Had everything to do with me. But once I came into realization about that, and I'm now self-aware, I can move in a different way. You know, but you got some people out here who aren't self-aware, who won't take accountability for the things that they do. You know, but you don't want to go through this life acting like you're the victim, or yeah, you just don't want to be a self-made victim, is basically what I'm saying. But all in all, this book, The Four Agreements by Miguel, yes, his name is definitely Miguel, is definitely a great book to get into. You can really read deep into more of what he means when he says don't take it personal. And also, another principle is to be impeccable with your words, meaning to be very clear in your communication with people. A lot of times things get lost in translation because communication isn't clear. You know, language is such a complex thing, and you have to realize, you know, when you talk to people, you have to be mindful of that, that there's no ambiguity in any statements that you make, or that you don't assume that people think just like you know? So be clear, be upfront, and establish what it is you desire or don't desire, so that others know, and you don't have to go through that whole breakdown or falling out, because communication has already been clear upfront. Be impeccable with your words. Say what it is that you want and stand on it. All right? So in this season, I just encourage everybody to be self-aware, to soul search. Go get some therapy.